Albany School Board is bracing for massive teacher layoffs. They say 100 people, including 60 teachers, would be let go if a levy fails this fall. Fox 28 reporter Ben Garbrick now live with why administrators say these cuts would have to be so deep. Ben?
Well, Bob, the superintendent says the school district would have to cut $7.5 million from its budget without that levy. She says some of these layoffs could go into effect as soon as the day after Election Day. School board members are calling tonight's meeting sobering. The board says it wanted to see what life would be like without the money from this fall's levy. And tonight, Superintendent April Dominy showed them the consequences.
It is really across the board. It affects K-12, it affects extracurriculars, it affects transportation, it affects every work group of employees.
The superintendent says the plan would require students to start paying for all extracurricular activities. Class sizes would get bigger, and the thermostat would be lowered to save on energy bills.
But to get to a target that large, we had to do extensive reductions and cuts across the board.
Mark Wilson is one of the people heading up the campaign for the levy. He says hearing about possible layoffs makes him worry about what his kid's school will be like.
2 of my sons have already gone through the district. I have a third that's in the 8th grade. I want him to have the same experience that my 2 older boys had.
School board members say New Albany gets less state funding than any district in Franklin County because the property values are so high. That's why it's up to local taxpayers to come up with the money for their schools.
We're not overconfident, but we're confident that we can make sure that people understand what the consequences are, convince them that voting yes is the right way to vote, and then making sure they go to the polls and actually do that.
The superintendent says the district will now have a 3-week public comment period. Then the board will vote on this on October 13th so that there will be a plan in place when people head to the polls. Live in New Albany, I'm Ben Garbrick, Fox 28 News.